These dark worlders seem to enjoy their tortures. 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 These must be the controls for the power door. Who am I to disturb these people in their blissful misery? This glass key looks like something out of a fairy tale. Too bad real life doesn't always have a happy ending. Oh my God! They've crucified the keeper of the sword! This is the Dark World's halls of government. This is the weapon shop. This is the food hall and the recreation center. This is where my neighborhood would be in the normal world. This is the portal back to the normal world. This is the Ancient's power center. This clown doesn't look very funny. In fact, he looks kind of sick. I'll bet this guy has Mom tattooed across his chest. What was it that the Dark World wheel machine said about experiencing a level 6 magnetic flux? What was it that the Dark World wheel machine said about experiencing a level 6 magnetic flux? Excuse me, sir.
Why, it's the gentleman from earlier today. Feeling lucky yet, sir?
I heard that some of the carnival receipts were stolen recently.
Listen, mister. The only financial harm that's come to this carnival is from the guy who's been spreading these rumors and driving customers away.
I keep losing.
You're just running into a streak of bad luck, that's all. Come back. Give it another try later.
I want to play Spin the Wheel.
Pick a number between 0 and 9.
I'd like the number 6.
Okay, give the wheel a spin. Number 6, a winner.
Rita would have liked the stuffed animal I wanted to spin the wheel booth. I want to play Spin the Wheel.
Sorry, Mac. Only one win to a customer.
I think I should return my prize. There's something wrong with the game.
You saying my game is rigged? Get out of here!
I don't see anything unusual about the wheel since placing the magnet on its Dark World counterpart. The light shining from this lantern makes things seem so clear. This metal card is encoded with data. I can't read it, but it looks important. This glass key looks like something out of a fairy tale. Too bad real life doesn't always have a happy ending. The reception on this TV breaks up at the worst times. I'm sure it's a plot cooked up by the cable company. This is the food hall and the recreation center. This is where my neighborhood would be in the normal world. This is the weapon shop. This is the Ancient's power center. A cross is supposed to give comfort, but I feel only despair.
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
This creature looks like the stuffed animal I just won. While it's not exactly cute, it seems friendly enough. That's the ancient spaceship. It's drawing its psychic energy from this power generator. This power grid seems to correspond to the seedier sections of my own hometown. The machine stopped working. The creature is locked in tight. I can't get it loose. I can't see any effect that the magnet has had on the machine, at least not in this world. Speak to me.
To be sorry. To be not able to produce power. to be implanted with biofunction resistor.
This is the food hall and the recreation center. This is the weapon shop. This is the Dark World's halls of government.
With your shitty tits and that used up old Hulk.
Hank's Diner and the pool hall are on this street. This is the business district where Dr. Sim's office is.
We have such sights to show you.
These look like weapons, but they're so bizarre that I'm not too sure. Some of them almost look alive. This sign says that the hardware store will be closed for the next 2 weeks. This sign says that the hardware store will be closed for the next 2 weeks.
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
What a monstrous fetus! And it's looking right at me. I can't open it. It's hermetically sealed. What a monstrous... What a monster... This sick creature has intravenous bottles plugged directly into his body.
Don't bother me, human. Can't you see I'm floating?
The Keeper of the Scrolls said that I could find the spy goth behind the recreation center, and this looks like the place's only back door. According to what the Keeper of the Scrolls told me, this is where Goth lives. This is the Keeper's best spy? No wonder they lost to the Ancients. This is the most horrid collection of junk I've ever seen. That looks like a crossbow. What an archaic weapon to find in the Dark World. Something vile is heating in the stove. I can't tell what it is, and I don't want to know. I don't know anything about Dark World biology, but this creature looks deathly ill. Are you Goth? I need to talk to you.
Go away. Let me die in peace.
No, I need to talk to you.
Wait. You're a human, aren't you? From the other side?
Yes. The Keeper of the Scrolls sent me.
I thought so. The Ancients haven't seized control of your side yet. Can you do something for me? I am dying.
What happened to you?
I was trampled during a skirmish with the troopers at Tau Square. My exoskeleton is broken. There is no one I can go to. The healers are all dead, killed by the ancients.
What can I do for you?
I am in great pain. But the medicines are gone. The drugs are no longer being manufactured. I need something to sedate me.
I saw people using drugs in the building outside.
No! Those drugs are used by the ancients to enslave the masses. I need medicine.
I don't know where to find the medicine you need.
You have drugs in the normal world, don't you? Painkillers? That is the only thing that can help me now.
I can bring you some drugs from the normal world.
Please, hurry. I do not know how much longer I can cling to consciousness.
Goth, it's me, Mike Dawson, from the normal world.
Yes? Did you find a sedative? What did you bring me?
I have to talk to you first.
No, the pain is too great. I am having difficulty maintaining my mental construct. I need medicine.
Goth, it's me, Mike Dawson, from the normal world.
Yes? Did you find a sedative? What did you bring?
I came back to see how you were feeling.
You humans are a strange people. I am feeling pain. That will not change unless you bring me drugs. Now go.
Goth, it's me.
Yes?
I have to talk.
Don't touch that, human. You're liable to set it off, and who knows what will become magnetized. Don't touch that, human.
That looks like a crossbow. creature that was inside this canister must have left to get his jolly somewhere else. This ego massager sure is heavy, but I think I'll be able to lug it around with me. Funny, I feel in better spirits when I hold this device. Too bad it's so heavy. This clown doesn't look very funny. In fact, he looks kind of sick. It doesn't look like Daisy will let her twin tell me anything more. Minnie, are you all right?
Haven't you caused enough trouble already? We've got nothing more to say to you. Get out!
I feel sorry for Gargon. I wish there was something I could do to snap him out of his depression. Excuse me, Gargon.
I'm in the middle of my act. What do you want?
Come on, Mr. Gargon. There's no reason to be so depressed. Life's not so bad.
Oh, yeah? Obviously you didn't hear about the missing box office money. People are just plain no good. Now stop interrupting me!
Funny, I feel in better spirits when I hold this device. Too bad it's so heavy. Hey, Gargon, I bet you can't lift this.
Oh, yeah? I can lift anything.
I'm sure that snapped you out of your depression, Gargon. How do you feel?
Why, I feel great! I don't know what you did, kid, but it sure beats those pills I've been taking. I'm turning over a new leaf. No more feeling sorry for myself. No more rumors.
What's this about no more rumors?
Well, this is embarrassing. But I've been purposely spreading rumors about the carnival because I was so depressed. When you feel bad about yourself, it somehow helps when everything else seems bad.
You've been taking pills.
Yeah. Antidepressants. Painkillers. But heck, I don't need them anymore. Why don't you take them? Give them to someone who's really in pain.
What am I gonna do with a bottle of painkillers? I don't even like taking the aspirin Dr. Sims prescribed for me. Excuse me, Gargon.
Hey, friend. What can I do for you?
Well, Gargon, you sure look a lot happier.
Better yet, I feel happier. No more pills, no more rumors. No matter what happens, I still got my weights, right? And speaking of my weights, I better get back to pumping iron.
Excuse me, Gargon.
Hey, friend.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Gargon?
Thanks. But you've done more than enough for me already. I've got a whole new outlook on life now. And you know what? I think people like my act better for it. Here, let me show you.
I'll never be able to lift it without Gargon's help. Goth, it's me, Mike Dawson, from the normal world.
Yes? Did you find a sedative? What did you bring me?
I have to talk to you first.
No, the pain is too great. At last, the agony is beginning to subside.
Goth looks even sicker than the last time I saw him. How do you feel?
I feel the pain no longer, but that does not change the fact that I will die soon. At least I will be able to enjoy the experience.
Now it's your turn to help me. I'm told you know all about the Ancients.
No one knows all there is to know about the Ancients except the Ancients. But I do know about their current plans.
Why did the Ancients conquer your world?
They are life force scavengers. They travel from planet to planet, feeding off the life force from each world they visit. It sustains them while they sleep in their spaceship and ponder the universe.
Why would the Ancients be interested in my world?
They have nearly siphoned off the life force from this world, as well as most of the other planets in my universe. They need new regions to harvest. Your world, for example.
Just what are the Ancients' current plans?
They've created a creature called the Behemoth that is able to live on your side. You realize that we Dark World inhabitants are not capable of crossing the barrier.
Why did the Ancients create this Behemoth?
This creature was designed to collect the life force of the human race and deliver it to the Ancients. Once the Behemoth passes through the barrier into your world, it will become invincible.
There is one Dark Worlder who can exist in the normal world.
You speak of the Shapeshifter. Yes, but he can exist on your side only for short periods of time. long enough to bring back a human head for the Ancients' power generator.
Tell me about you and your undercover work for the Keepers.
I have been part of the underground movement against the Ancients for a long time. A very long time. But it appears that my labors are near an end.
Tell me more about the underground movement.
The Keepers organized us to revolt against the Ancients, but we underestimated the Ancients' power. We're all but completely slaughtered.
If you couldn't stop the Ancients, then how can I?
The points of the triangle are the only way. Gather the 3 points, the light, the scrolls, and the sword. The troopers seized the light. The scrolls are locked up in the Hall of Justice.
Where is the Sword of Justice?
The Shapeshifter has it. After the Keeper of the Sword was crucified, the Ancients gave it to the Shapeshifter as a reward for his services in the normal world.
Where can I find the Shapeshifter?
No one knows where he lives. I'm sure he is well protected by the Ancients. He is their most trusted agent, after all.
What do I do with the points?
The Ancients' power generator. I've had a good look at it. You can overload it with the points' energy. Send their spaceship a power surge that not even the Ancients can withstand.
How do I use the points on the generator?
With the light, illuminate that which is dark. With the scrolls, feed the truth into that which is false. And with the sword, sever that which should never have been joined.
You've been very helpful. I'll let you rest now.
Before you leave, take my crossbow. It emits a magnetic field. It may prove useful to you.
Can this crossbow be used to magnetize metal?
I suppose so. We used it to disrupt communications. There is very little metal in the dark world. Why do you ask?
I need to win a game in my world. This crossbow might help.
Games, he says. Were the Keepers wrong about this one? Oh, let me rest, human. You are not worth my remaining energy.
Goth, I think you misunderstood how I plan to use the crossbow.
Let me die in peace, human. Either blow up the ancient spaceship or play your games. I don't care anymore. Now go! Use it wisely, human. The power is low, and I don't know how many shots are left.
Goth said that this crossbow generates a magnetic field around its target. Just looking at this maggoty carcass makes me sick. No wonder nobody's eating here. There's Mayor Fleming. I've known him ever since I was a kid. He and my father were in the insurance business together. Hi, Mayor Fleming. I'm Mike Dawson. Remember me?
Why, of course, Michael. It's good to see you again.
How have you been, Mr. Mayor?
Just fine, Michael. And how are you feeling? I was told you were home recuperating from some illness. A psychological ailment, I understand?
I've been home about a year on disability, but I'm feeling better now.
That's good to hear. The missus and I have been meaning to ask you and your mother over for dinner. But, well, we've been having some problems lately. You know how it is.
I heard that you married Melissa Talbot. Sort of a May-September romance.
Well, Michael, you're only as young as you feel, and I prefer to feel young. Who can blame a man for wanting to spice up his life with a little youth, huh?
So tell me, how do you like being mayor?
Well, it's certainly different from being in the insurance business. There's not much glamour in that line of work. Which is not to say anything against your father. He was a good partner.
How is being mayor different?
Being a salesman was nothing but lies and manipulation. As mayor, I'm still a salesman, but I'm selling something different. My ideals, my principles, my integrity.
I've been thinking of my father a lot these days. I miss him.
Yes, it was quite a tragedy. I remember finding him slumped over his desk in the office. Well, that was years ago.
I'd like to talk to you about the recent murder, Mayor Fleming.
You mean Ms. Scanlon? What do you want to know about it? It was a terrible thing.
Rita was a friend of mine. Did you know her at all?
Yes, but only slightly. Miss Scanlon did some research for my re-election campaign. She seemed like a nice young woman.
How is the re-election campaign going?
Well, we're just gearing up now. But the campaign fund from last time seems a little short. In fact, I'm heading into the courthouse to discuss the situation with my staff.
I sure would like to find out who killed her.
We all would, Michael. Now, I've asked some friends at the FBI to step in. I don't like the way Sheriff Butler's been handling this case. We need to resolve this affair quickly, before it unravels our whole community.
Not to mention unraveling your re-election campaign.
You know, Michael, I probably shouldn't be talking with you until after the investigation is over. But anyway, I'm due at a meeting in the courthouse and... Damn, I left my briefcase in the car. Oh, well, I probably won't need it. So long, Michael. Stay out of trouble.
The mayor left his briefcase inside the car. It's locked. Hi, Sheriff. I just came in to get out of the heat.
Back again, Dawson?
You're in your office on weekends too, huh?
That's right, Dawson. I'm a dedicated public servant. I'm gonna stay right here until we get...
Tell me, Sheriff, why did you get kicked off the Dallas police force?
Look, Dawson, I don't know who told you that crap, but I resigned. There was no room for advancement, and I was tired of the big city. I wanted to come down here where it's nice and quiet.
Well, I think I'll be going now.
You know, Dawson, sooner or later you're gonna make a mistake.
This coat hanger is rusty and bent. Nothing good ever seems to last. There's nothing inside the mayor's briefcase but a quarter and... Why, that dirty old man. He's got a collection of porno pictures. Oh my God! These are pictures of Rita! Why, you sanctimonious old bastard. No wonder you're so anxious to bring in outside help to solve the case. You don't want the locals to find out that you and Rita were having an affair. Wait till Jack sees this. I can't believe that Rita would willingly dress up in this leather and whips garb. Mayor Fleming must have forced her into it. It's depressing to think about how few things cost a quarter anymore. It's locked. So, how's the...
You know...
Well, I think I'll be going... It looks like the power to the entire block has been shut off. I guess Jack's not in the neighborhood. It wasn't too long ago that payphones only cost a dime to use. Now they cost 20 cents, and the phone company pockets the change if you put in a quarter. It's depressing to think about how few things cost a quarter anymore. I wonder how Mom is doing. The line's busy. I don't believe it. A payphone that actually returns your quarter if your call isn't completed. Of course, I should dial 911. Oh, that's great. The 911 emergency line is busy. Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Sheriff's office, Butler here.
Help! Some guys are trying to kill me!
Yeah, right. Look, I'm getting mighty tired of you teenagers and your crank calls.
No, really! He's got a chainsaw and a real wild look in his eye.
Ha ha ha. Big laugh on the sheriff. You better hope I never find out who you are.
I don't believe it. A payphone that actually returns your quarter if your call isn't completed. Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Please deposit 20 cents.
Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Sheriff's office. Butler here.
I want to report a murder.
Oh, yeah? This sounds like another crank call. Who was murdered this time?
Well, someone in town. Someone important.
Uh-huh. Look, punk, I'm busy with a real murder investigation here.
I don't believe it. A pay... Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Sheriff's office. Butler here.
There's a big car accident on Highway 71.
Where'd it happen?
Right near the interstate highway.
Okay, that's the state trooper's jurisdiction. I'll contact him right away. Thanks.
I don't believe it. A payphone that... Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Sheriff's office. Butler here.
I want to report a robbery in progress. Come quick.
Who's being robbed?
The dairy freeze just outside of town.
Thanks. I'll be there in a jiffy.
It looks like the coast is clear. I can't believe that idiot fell for my trick. I bet the sheriff has all sorts of dirty little secrets hidden in his desk. Here's a photo of Rita, and the glass is smashed like it was hit with a fist. And here's an old newspaper article. The headline reads, "Butler charges dropped." I knew it. Sheriff Butler was kicked off the Dallas police force because he was accused of accepting bribes. He was never convicted because the key witness was killed in a car accident. Wait till Jack sees this. Nothing else here but more of the sheriff's girly magazines. It's locked. I wouldn't be surprised to find something inside this filing cabinet linking Sheriff Butler to the dark world. I always thought of myself as a liberal, but the thought of only the police having firearms frightens me. It's locked. It's locked.
I need a key. 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 Locked.
The mayor left his briefcase inside the car. It's locked. This is the Civic Center. This newspaper article about Sheriff Butler's graft indictment proves he's not the champion of law and order he pretends to be. The sheriff must have been very angry to smash Rita's photo like this, but it's comforting to know that she dumped him. Here comes Jack. Thanks for meeting me, Jack.
No problemo. What have you found out?
I found a newspaper article accusing the sheriff of graft.
Well, I'm not surprised. I never thought that fat slob was a champion of law and order he pretended to be. Unfortunately, that doesn't link him to Rita.
I also found a photo of Rita in his desk. He smashed it with his fist.
Really? I guess he still carries a torch for Rita after all. Good job, Detective Dawson. You were right to suspect him. What else did your snooping turn up?
I found a bunch of nude pictures of Rita in the mayor's car.
I told you he's not the grandfatherly old politician he'd like us voters to think he is. Man, I'll bet you wanted to kill the guy when you saw those photos. Find anything else?
Doc Larson has a little black book hidden in his file cabinet. Rita's name was in it.
Hey, I knew he thought he was some kind of Casanova. Can you believe it? And the guy pokes around with dead bodies all day. Got any more dirt?
Hey, what about Mrs. Ramirez? Her husband was seen with Rita just before he died.
Ah, the jealous wife angle. Well, that fire did leave her a rich widow, but the sheriff never could prove her involvement. I don't think you're going to have better luck.
Still, I'd like to follow up on it.
It's your life, but if I were you, I'd keep close tabs on the mayor and Doc Larson. Well, I'm out of here. Let me know if you find anything.
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez. May I talk to you?
What is it this time, young man?
I was wondering if you knew Rita Scanlon, the woman who was murdered nearby last week.
Only too well, young man. She was the devil's tool, I tell you.
Just how well did you know Rita?
Well, enough to know she tried to seduce my late husband. She was a harlot. She deserved what happened to her.
Why do you say that she was the devil's tool?
All of you young people are servants of Satan. It's all that heavy metal music and drugs and sex.
Did you see or hear anything the night Rita Scanlon was murdered?
Young man, I have already told the police everything I know, which is nothing. But if you ask me, she had what was coming to her.
Look, lady, Rita was my friend. I just want to find out who murdered her, that's all.
Is that so? Well, I have nothing more to say to someone who consorted with the whore of Babylon. Good day.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so? And what do you want to bother me about?
I just heard about how Mr. Ramirez died. I want to express my condolences.
Thank you. It was a terrible tragedy. I don't know how I'll go on without my dear husband.
I'm sorry that I never had an opportunity to meet your husband.
Why, I'm surprised. He was the most prominent attorney in town. A very successful man and a charitable one, too. If he had lived, I have no doubt he would have eventually donated all his wealth to various noble causes.
I suppose that Sheriff Butler was in charge of investigating the fire.
Yes, and he found nothing to indicate foul play, despite what the insurance company says.
Do you think Rita was somehow involved?
I don't see how. Her soul now roasts in Hell's Kitchen. But the fire my husband died in was a tragic accident. Nothing more.
I've heard rumors that the fire your husband died in was, intentionally set.
Why, how dare you? Those rumors were started by the insurance company, trying to find a way to get out of paying off my husband's life insurance policy. I will thank you not to spread them any further. Good day!
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez. May I talk to you?
What is it this time, young man?
I couldn't help but notice all the religious icons you have.
I do not care to be mocked, young man. Go away before I call the sheriff.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so? And what do you want to bother me about?
I was just admiring your house.
Young man, I believe we covered this topic earlier. Please don't waste my time with idle chit-chat. Good day.
Funny, no one ever called it Hank's. I can't believe it. Here's a sign saying that the diner has been closed by the health department because of a rat infestation. That doesn't make sense. Hank keeps the diner spotless. The door is locked. The door is locked. It looks like the power has been turned off. Melissa used to be a cheerleader in high school, but since becoming a 3-pack-a-day smoker, she isn't as cute anymore. Melissa, I've got to talk to you.
Get lost, Dawson.
I heard that Rita was seen in your husband's car shortly before her death.
Why, how dare you? Get the hell out of here!
Hi, Melissa. Have you got time to talk?
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
Poor Rita. It's a shame what happened to her.
Poor Rita? That little tramp had it coming to her.
What do you mean?
Just ask around. Talk to the sheriff or Doc Larson. Of course, it's too late to talk to poor old Mr. Ramirez.
What do you know about Rita and Mr. Ramirez?
Nothing. And you don't know anything either. Now beat it.
Listen up, Gardner. I've got some questions to ask you.
Look, will you get off my back, Dawson?
I've been looking into Rita's murder.
Oh, yeah? I'll bet the whole city council's breathing a sigh of relief knowing that you're on the case.
Do you have any theories about who killed Rita?
From what I hear, the sheriff's got you pegged for the #1 suspect.
How close were you to Rita before she was murdered?
What business is it of yours?
I thought that since you're still friends with Melissa, maybe you kept in touch with Rita.
You leave Melissa out of this, you hear? And as for Rita, she wasn't the innocent librarian you and a lot of others thought she was. She got around.
What do you mean Rita got around?
Look, Dawson, stop asking questions before you get hurt. Rita was damaged goods. Only you were too stupid to notice.
Paul Cooper saw you in front of Rita's house the night of the murder.
I knew it! I'm gonna strangle him with that hose of his.
Why were you at Rita's house?
I had some business to discuss with her, that's all. But she never showed up.
What business could you possibly have had with Rita in the middle of the night?
Business that has nothing to do with you, Dawson. So butt up before I bust you in the mouth.
I paid a visit to Doc Larson's office.
So what's that got to do with me?
I found a little black book listing you, Rita, and several other women.
I used to round up dates for Larson now and then, and your librarian friend needed some cash. I guess our public institutions don't pay their workers enough money.
You shut your mouth, Gardner. Don't talk that way about Rita.
Get a grip, Dawson. Rita had a lot of fun and earned a few extra bucks as well. You got a problem with that? Or are you just jealous?
Maybe I should go.
Yeah, get out before I throw you out.
Hi, Jimmy. I'd like to talk some more.
Yeah? Well, maybe I don't want to talk to you, jerk face.
I want you to take back what you said about Rita getting around.
Dawson, take a hike!
Hi, Jimmy. I'd like to talk some more.
Yeah? Well, maybe...
Look, I want to know why you were hanging around Rita's house.
Get lost!
Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah? Well...
I just want you to know I'm on to you, Gardner.
Oh, yeah? I'm shaking like a leaf. Buzz off, creep!
Melissa, I've got to talk to you.
Get lost.
Just how well did you know Rita?
Let's just say she wasn't the sweet, innocent librarian a lot of people thought she was.
Why all this nasty talk about Rita?
Ask around, Dawson. Just ask around. Now leave me alone.
I hate to admit it, Slim, but I need some leads in the Rita Scanlon murder.
I'm still trying to follow up on that Melissa lead, Mr. Dawson. She has her nicotine-stained fingers all over this crime. After all, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, that's a very interesting theory, Slim. I'll have to give it some thought.
You do that, Mr. Dawson, and I'll let you know if I turn up anything.
What a load of scrotty rubbish! Of course video games can't make you violent, and anybody who says they can, I'll rip off their heads and write their name on the wall with the blood from their tonsils.
locked. Still watering your lawn, Paul?
Yes, the grass is real thirsty. Can't seem to get enough water. What's up?
Paul, what was that you were saying about Jimmy earlier?
He was hanging around Rita's house the night of the high school reunion, like he was waiting for her.
Say, Paul, how much longer are you going to water your lawn?
Well, the water bill's paid up until the end of the month, so I figure I can keep watering at least until then. Unless, of course, the end of the world comes or something.
This is getting too weird for me. Catch you later, Paul.
Bye-bye, Mike. Watch where you step now.
I can't open the door. Not with...
I'm here to collect my final payment.
Quick, get in before someone sees you.
Why, that was Jimmy Gardner. What's that thug doing here? How can such a nasty woman dare to display all these religious symbols? What a hypocrite.
Come on, lady. You still owe me one last payment for the torch job. Fork it over.
You need to learn that patience is a virtue, young man. The money's been coming in slow from the insurance company, that's all. Here's the rest of what I owe you. Bless you for your help.
Mrs. Ramirez is handing Jimmy a wad of bills. Jack didn't believe my suspicions about Jimmy. Wait till he gets a load of this. I can't wait to show Jack this photo of Mrs. Ramirez paying off Jimmy. I have a splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims. I have a splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims. Got to talk to Dr. Sims.
Please deposit 20 cents.
I have a splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims. Dr. Sims is in his office. I hope he can get rid of this splitting headache.
Why, hello, Mike. How are you feeling today?
Not too bad, Dr. Sims.
Are you sure?
I feel terrible. I've got another one of those headaches.
I see. Well, I think we can take care of that after we have a little chat.
These headaches are gonna kill me.
When did this last one begin?
A little while ago. I was out for a walk at the park. I stopped by the Ramirez mansion.
And what did you see?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it.
Mike, you're not going to get better unless you completely confide in me.
Let's just get on with the hypnosis, okay?
All right. We'll hypnotize you now. Relax. Empty your mind and stare at the spot on the ceiling. You're feeling sleepy. You are calm, at peace.
Here's part of it. I'll have the rest tomorrow night when I can get to the re-election fund.
Make sure you do. This will be harder to get away with than torching that rich guy was. Boy, that Rita sure had a thing for other people's husbands.
Look! Up there, it's Mike Dawson. He's been listening in on us.
Dawson! Still sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Just like your friend Rita. You want to end up dead like her and all her other friends?
Anybody hungry? How about some filet of brain? The gray matter is particularly tasty today. Just what makes us Darkworlders strong and healthy. Hey, Mike! Your shoes are bleeding.
Oh, you're so gross, Mike. No wonder Rita would rather be with my husband than with you.
Mike, are you awake? How do you feel now?
What a strange dream.
I know. You talked all through it.
What did I say?
Quite a bit. You're angry with the mayor, aren't you?
Why do you think I'm angry with the mayor?
Your dream. It sounded like the mayor's wife was plotting with Jimmy to murder her husband.
I'm angry at Jimmy. He killed Mr. Ramirez for having an affair with Rita.
You're projecting, Mike. I think you're the one who was jealous of Rita.
Rita and I were just friends. We both saw other people.
You've never mentioned you had anyone else in your life, Mike.
I'm not the jealous type, if that's what you think.
Not even when you learned she was flirting with Mr. Ramirez and Mayor Fleming?
Doctor, I think you're wrong about my feelings for Rita.
Well, maybe. But that's about all the time we have today. Give some more thought to what we discussed. And if your headaches return, see me.
I can't go back and see Dr. Sims again so soon. He'll think I'm dependent on him or something, which I'm not. I can handle things by myself. When I was a kid, I used to sit on this bench and watch the people go by. But these days, nobody seems to walk the sidewalks. Here comes Jack. Guess what? I have a photo of Mrs. Ramirez paying off Jimmy for killing her husband. Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that his name keeps turning up.
What do you mean?
What's the connection between Jimmy and the sheriff?
Well, Jimmy told you he had the inside goods on the sheriff. I guess he was talking about the bribery charges.
What's the connection between Jimmy and Doc Larson?
Jimmy's name was listed in Doc Larson's little black book. Knowing Jimmy, he probably helped round up girls for the good doctor.
What's the connection between Jimmy and the mayor?
There isn't one. Oh, wait a second. He's very fond of the mayor's wife, Melissa. So you think he was angry that Rita was a homewrecker?
Hey, I'm angry that a married man was fooling around with her.
Well, before you go ripping somebody's head off, I'd check out their story. On my way over here, I saw Jimmy go into the pool hall. Why don't you go have a man-to-man with him?
I've been suspicious of you for some time, Jimmy Gardner. The liquor store robbery, the Lindbergh kidnapping, but now I'm convinced you murdered Rita Scanlon.
Listen good, Slim. I'm getting real sick of your crazy talk. Now shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
You don't frighten me none, Jimmy Gardner. This here letter proves you're a killer. They're gonna lock you up and throw...
That does it, you loon. You stuck your nose where it doesn't belong, and now you're gonna pay for it.
Hey, stop picking on him, Jimmy. Put that gun away. Let's see if you're brave enough to take me on man to man.
You okay, Mikey boy?
What happened?
I had a feeling you were spoiling for a fight with Jimmy, and I thought you could use some help. Looks like I was right. You can thank me when...
Wait a minute. Where did Slim run off to? Jimmy's knocked out cold. Jimmy's knocked out cold. Slim doesn't look well. Are you okay, Slim?
Oh, come in, Mr. Dawson. Thanks for helping me out back there.
Why'd you run away when Jimmy pulled his gun? I thought your suit made you invulnerable.
My uniform doesn't cover my face, Mr. Dawson. Every power has its limits.
I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. I guess I'm not much of a fighter.
What are you talking about, Mr. Dawson? Why, you knocked Jimmy Gardner out cold.
I think you need glasses, Slim. I wasn't the one who saved you.
Some people think my head's a little screwed up, but my eyes are fine. From what I could see, you were a real hero in there.
What was this evidence you said you have against Jimmy?
It's a love letter written by Rita to Melissa's husband. It seems she was having a fling with our honorable mayor.
How did you get a hold of this letter?
Oh, I snatched it out of Melissa's purse earlier today. I knew she was involved in some kind of conspiracy, and I just needed a motive. Gosh darn if I didn't find one.
What first led you to suspect Melissa?
I've seen Melissa go into the pool hall regularly the past few weeks. Now, that isn't the proper place for a mayor's wife, is it? So I've been keeping my eye on her.
I noticed you collect a lot of things, but how could you stoop to picking a woman's purse?
Well, Mr. Dawson, sometimes you have to bend the rules a little in the pursuit of justice. I am the town's sole protector, after all.
I don't understand what Jimmy has to do with all of this.
The night before the high school reunion, I saw Melissa give Jimmy a big wad of money. That seemed mighty suspicious, especially after how Jimmy turned Mr. Ramirez into a crispy critter.
You know that Jimmy caused the Ramirez fire?
Don't act so surprised, Mr. Dawson. Most people just think I'm a crazy fool, so they tend to talk a little carelessly when I'm around. I've heard it all. And then some.
You know, Slim, there is a lot of evil in the world.
You got that right, Mr. Dawson. That's why I prefer my own delusions.
Thanks for helping to clear my name. Next time you have a conspiracy theory, I'm gonna listen.
My pleasure. But I'm going to give it a rest for now. My fillings are picking up radio transmissions from outer space again, and I'm starting to get a headache.
Do you mind if I hand the letter and Jimmy's gun over to the sheriff, Slim?
Go ahead. Sheriff Butler wouldn't pay it any attention if I gave them to him. He didn't even believe me the time I found Jimmy Hoffa's grave. Take them. They're yours.
How are you feeling, Slim? You don't look well.
My head still hurts, Mr. Dawson. I'm not up for conversing, I'm afraid. I need to rest a spell.
It looks like Jimmy took good care of his gun, but there aren't any bullets in it. I can almost forgive Jimmy when I read this letter Rita wrote to Mayor Fleming. I'm surprised Melissa didn't have her pervert husband killed too. The light shining from this lantern makes things seem so clear. Jimmy's gone. I've got to find him before he kills more people for the generator. It looks like Jimmy took good care of his gun, but there aren't any bullets in it. How is business these days?
Weapons orders are disturbingly high, but part shipments are disturbingly slow. You haven't come across a trigger mechanism in your travels, have you?
What's new?
More orders, more death.
As a matter of fact, I do have a gun.
Oh, really? Where is it?
Is the trigger mechanism of this gun of interest to you?
Let me see that.
Well, is it something you can use?
Why, yes. This will do quite nicely. It's a trade, then. Here, let me attach your biomechanical arm.
Cool! The gunsmith built this biomechanical machine gun so I can quickly attach it to my arm whenever I need it. Thank you for giving me this biomechanical arm. It's cool!
One warning, Organic One. This weapon is intelligent. It will only shoot at non-sentients. After all, I don't know who you are, and I don't want to know.
I hope that trigger mechanism works. The gunsmith gave me a really cool weapon in exchange for Jimmy's gun.
Mike? Help me.
It's the same dream, night after night. I'm searching for Rita in the dark world, but something unspeakable starts chasing me. I never make it back through the portal in time. It's been more than a year since I foiled the Ancients' plans to grow an alien embryo in my brain, and still the dark world haunts me. Rita's murder is just the latest reminder that no place is safe from the darkness. Not even my hometown. Come in. The door's open.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.